Well, hello. Good morning. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And here I am. Uh, Welcome. I am just at a loss for words. I was I didn't know what to expect. I was so anxious and concerned uh, about things, all yesterday, especially and overnight, of course. Um, but what we're 2 hours in now, and we're 75% funded. I am bowled over with gratitude and gratefulness to everybody out there. This is beyond my expectations on every sense and every level. I can't thank you all enough. Um, I created this live stream really quickly and dropped the invite link in the two Facebook pages as well. And Nancy, I do see you trying to join. I'm going to remove you from the studio. I'd love to have you on, or anybody else. Just click that StreamYard link, and we can come on and have a nice little chat for a few minutes, and maybe while we're live here, we can even you know. Keep tabs on things and push us over the top here. Who knows? I never thought we'd be at this point so quickly. But so Nancy, do me a favor. If you want to try again, come back in, try a different browser, or maybe try a different device. It doesn't seem like StreamYard's recognizing your mic and camera. So I will remove you. And if you want to try one more time, just maybe try a different browser or a different device altogether. And hopefully we'll get you on here. So um, wow. Okay. So, yeah, after our two live streams last night, boy, it was so much fun. Mark of Arcanon segment with Andy and Dr. Kelly Fast from NASA, just an incredibly conversation. And boy, and then rolling into our later broadcast, Brian the Brain with our very special guest Gordon Moriguchi and of course my co-host Roy Belquist. Um, Sorry, excuse me. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. Yeah, two really fun segments in our long line of episode reviews. So we're making our way through year two on Space 1999 this episode, and if you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel, please reach out and do so, because it's also the home for Kickstarter updates and will be for the next month, along with those main Facebook pages. So hopefully we'll be able to spread the word and share things around. But yeah, Nancy, I just saw another attempt here, but yeah, it's not you're not coming through with any audio or video, so I'm not sure on that. Give it another shot here, and I don't know how long I'm going to be on. I was trying to actually get off and do some work today, some work, and it just things just sort of blew up out of nowhere. So I figured I'd just jump on for a few minutes and bring everybody up to speed. Like I said, I have no words. I am just so incredibly grateful, and it's just so nice to see everything. I've said this before, come to fruition, not only from a production standpoint, but from this funding standpoint as well. It looks like because we're going to be running the entire month, and we I don't know, we might get funded today. And in all my research and Kickstarter in particular, with the various YouTube videos that I was checking out and doing my research, the one thing it says is that if you get funded in a hurry, like in other words, within the first day or two, which a lot of campaigns do, then the Kickstarter algorithms will kick in and start spreading the campaign around to a larger audience as well. So That's very exciting. If we could nail that funding goal here yet today, and maybe even the next few hours, who knows? Where we'll end up at the end of April. But it's over and above all that, it's just going to be such an amazing, exciting day in general, as we said last night a few times with our guests, to be a Space 1999 fan today of all days, with the Artemis 2 launch scheduled for, I think it's 6:24 Eastern time. So I want to double check that and make sure that I hit the right time zone myself. Um, and I'm planning on sort of going live and watching that as well. For anybody out there today, I think that would be a very exciting thing to all get together, and I'll post a link again if you all want to come on and watch what's happening. I'm not sure how to actually stream like a NASA broadcast into here, but we can all be watching it on the side together in real time. I think that would be a lot of fun here in a few hours after I do my work. Oh, and somebody's calling. Oh, hang on. Hello.
What's your total?
I'm just live streaming. It's my sister Pam. Everyone, we're 75% funded.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I'm just watching the Artemis.
Yeah.
Launch.
Yeah, and I was just telling everybody out there, sorry everyone, I'm going to look this way. We're planning on going live for that whole launch too. So it's just the incredible timing with being a Space 1999 fan, this Return to Moon Base Alpha project, and having a live NASA launch, returning humans to the moon for the first time in 50 years is just unbelievable. So
yeah, well, congratulations. I'll let you go with your live stream.
Sure. I'm just sitting here babbling on aimlessly, but we got a lot of viewers out there, and yeah, we'll see how it goes over the next hour. I was saying I should do some work today as well. So yeah. But we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye, Pam. And there we go. Yes, I called both my sisters first thing this morning, just after the first few minutes when we were doing so well. So they're all very excited as well. Pam is the younger of two sisters, which are both older than I, and then of course Heather. And Heather's been a big supporter down through the years. Both Pam and Heather were in Calgary for a little mini con there in 2023, and then Heather has traveled with me to Peterborough back in 2014 to Andy Stark's convention, as well as she was in Calgary, of course, and then Los Angeles last year. So she's been an enormous help to me behind the scenes, and just an overall moral support with trying to configure and plan some logistics behind the events we put together, along with Roy, and even the virtual events. I mean, that was a lot of coordinating and scheduling. My goodness, you talk about scheduling across, I don't know, 7 or 8 different time zones. I don't know what it was, but I remember that first virtual we had over 20 guests, I think, that we had to schedule, for 15 or 30-minute blocks. And it worked. Everybody, all the celebrities made it, and there was hardly a glitch at all. So yeah, all these things that go into keeping things alive and relevant and leading into today. Of course, I can't say enough. What I'm going to do for a second here, you guys just all stick with me. We got some comments. We got some people out there today. Well, look at that. Mr. David Asherson just passing through. Notice this came up. Hi, Dave. How you doing? And thank you so much for your support. I'm so excited you're coming to Manchester too. That's awesome. Awesome. It's we are planning some very, very special things. I hinted at something last night as well, that as far as the exhibit room, and in relation to this Kickstarter and what we're doing with it's no secret that we're going to be filming that weekend, but we still have some big exciting announcements in relation to that dealer room coming up in Manchester. So be watching for that. Who else is out here? Lovely Nancy. Nancy just shared our Kickstarter on Instagram, I believe. Hi, Warren. I'm on a bus, so my camera and mic are muted. I was just tuning in to listen, but I'll catch you here. Wonderful, Nancy. And thank you so much for really, really going up above and beyond with sharing word of the not only the live Kickstarter, but the pre-launch that we've had running over the last couple of weeks as well. We were, I think the last time I looked this morning when I got up, we were approaching 460 followers on pre-launch, which like incredible. And I sort of knew in the back of my mind that was really going to position us well. This first day or two, and I guess that's proven to be fact. So thank you to all. Let's see who else is saying hello here today. Antonio Barada, hi from Portugal. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the family. I don't recognize your name, so you were maybe one of the newer followers to our pages and to the Kickstarter project in particular. Thank you for everything, Antonio. And we've got Jim out there. Hi, Warren. Congratulations. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. This has been a labor of love for a few years on my part, and very exciting for us all to be a Space 1999 fan today on April 1st. No joke. And by the way, did you catch the April Fool's joke? Yes, we're doing a last minute name change to Revenge of Moonbase Alpha. Listen, you talk about timing, and if you know, right? If you're a science fiction fan in general, you'll understand what I was tapping into there with the very, very famous title change of Revenge of the Jedi over to Return of the Jedi, or vice versa. And I thought of this a few weeks back, and I went, because I'd already seen some of the notes and comments. April Fool's Day? Are you kidding? Is this Kickstarter legit? So I went, I just, when I see an opportunity, it's like, and that popped in my head, and I went, oh my goodness, this is perfect. So yes, tell all your friends, we're Revenge of Moonbase Alpha. Oh boy. Good fun. Well, Mr. Andy Tucker, who joined us on our live stream with Kelly Fast last night. Hey, Andy. I see Amy out there as well. Thank you both for all your support. And we really appreciate things down through the years. Andy and Amy had just done a marvelous job of documenting all of our Q&A panels, our celebrity panels at the last couple of events, Los Angeles and London, and uploading them over on their Model Base Alpha YouTube page. So you can, if you wanted to check out some interviews with any of our guests and celebrities, we had a heck of a roster back in London. Over 30 guests joined us in person. That was unprecedented. So there's some really cool interviews over there at Model Base Alpha as well. Claudia Combs is out there. Hi, Claudia. This is fantastic, isn't it, my friend? Listen, Claudia is a longtime fan. Claudia goes back to some of the first and earliest conventions back in the late 70s and early 80s. Claudia has been a big supporter of ours. She's sent us a lot of old convention photos, and just incredible. So thank you, Claudia, for all of your support down through the years as well. Who else is out there? Mike on Alpha. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, I'm ecstatic. I can't believe it. We're really gonna, I think, knock this out of the park. And most importantly, to everybody out there, we're going to the moon today. Can you believe it? and we've got 2 launches happening. Just unbelievable. The happenstance that fell into place here regarding our Kickstarter launch. Hi, John from Norway. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the family, as I mentioned. Thank you for your support and following all of our work here over the last few weeks. We really appreciate it. Weeks and months. I really sort of geared up the Kickstarter campaign, I think, around the first of the year with a couple of posters and graphics. And that really got the hype train moving in a hurry. Those posters got a lot of engagement. And that was sort of my first indication that we were on the right track here, and that there was an appetite and a market out there for continuing the Space 1999 story. So there we are. And let's see here. We've got Blue Bell, very exciting indeed, based in Lincolnshire, UK. Hi, Blue. I think I know who you are. I'm not sure, but thank you in advance for all of your support. I believe you're also set to come to Manchester in September, so we do appreciate that. And well, look at this. Look at this. We've got Mr. Adrian Sherlock. Adrian was a special guest last week on our Space 1999 This Episode podcast. And we discussed, along with David Hirsch, the episode Rules of Luton. It was a lot of fun as well. So, hey, Adrian, thanks for everything. And I just a big thank you and wonderful surprise to have Suzanne Peterson on the stream with us here today. Suzanne, I can't thank you enough on so many levels for everything. For everyone out there, Suzanne worked on the original series and was Barbara Bain's stand-in, and she's been a big integral part of the family now for well over 10 years, going back to again 2014. I think Peterborough was Suzanne's first appearance, and that's when Roy and I first met you. And it's been, wow, what a wild ride ever since. Suzanne, my dear friend, you had come up in conversation last night with all of your help in relation to London 1999, in relation to, of course, helping us to arrange a lot of the guests for that amazing roster. In particular, sadly, Clifton Jones, who we lost last year, and that was Clifton's second convention appearance, his first one being way back in 1978 in Columbus, Ohio. And we were just so thrilled that Clifton could be a part of our celebration in London. And yeah, Roy was saying that it was just so humbling to see him in that environment. And he was so taken by all the fan love and support. And it created hopefully a really nice memory for Clifton there towards the end of things, and just dearly departed, along with, of course, Prentice Hancock in the last year. Just and so strange that they both left us within a matter of days, within a week of each other, I think. But both dear members of the family and the community. I had the sheer thrill and honor of meeting Prentice, I'm sorry, on a number of occasions, and I considered him a dear friend, and he always the first to help us out with these, jumping on the virtual events, and of course, a few people had some difficulties with connectivity, but we were right there to get them on to talk to the fans, and it was just such a thrill to have Prentice take part in our events as well. So Suzanne, truly from me to you, thank you for everything, and very exciting. It's going to be an exciting few weeks, few months, and Suzanne is already locked and confirmed to be joining us in Manchester in 6 months' time. I can't believe it's 6 months, but Suzanne, just thrilled that you're going to be able to join us, because it's always not only for the celebrities to get together, sort of that big family reunion feeling between all of you, but all of us, and there's no barriers, right? And which is the really amazing thing about this fandom is just that, we're all on the same level, and we're all the best of friends, I think, deep down, and you don't get a lot of experience like at a Space 1999 event where you could just happen to be wandering through the restaurant in the morning and sit down with somebody like Suzanne and enjoy breakfast. just so quick and easy. It's truly remarkable. So Suzanne, thank you very much again. We will certainly be talking to you very, very soon. So a few more comments, and Adrian, Robert, Nancy are all still out there. I didn't know I was going to be on even for this long. I thought maybe I'd just tune in for 5 or 10 minutes. We're going on over 22 minutes. So, the one thing we should maybe do is let's check in on that Kickstarter. And I'm getting another call here. 1 second, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Heather. You are live to the Space 1999 community this morning. You're the second sister that I've had call in during my live stream this morning. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm phoning to say congratulations.
You caught the latest updates.
I did. Yes. Fantastic.
Very, very exciting, isn't it? I still can't believe it.
Yeah, within 20, not even 24 hours.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, I was just going to check. So Heather, just hang on for a second. And Nancy's out there. Everybody's saying hi as well. And I was just going to flip over and just refresh the Kickstarter and see how we're doing here. So we were, at last I checked, 75% funded. Holy smokes, we are over $12,000, everyone. 12,000, that's Canadian, out of a 15,000 goal. So let me just check one other little page here. I'm still learning how to navigate around. 80% funded, everyone. 80% in about 2.5 hours. This is incredible. So thank you all very much. $12,110 Canadian. 52 backers and 29 days to go. Do you think we're going to make it, Heather? We got 29 days left.
The future is fantastic.
Excellent. Well said, Heather. Yes, the future is fantastic. And yeah, it's going to be, I was just saying and addressing Suzanne out there, an exciting few months, an exciting few weeks, and also an exciting day coming up. And of course, the big Artemis 2 launch from NASA is, if nothing else puts us over the top, I think that coincidence right then and there, if we go live, maybe in a few hours, that could put us over the top right then and there. If not sooner, who knows? The way things are rolling in already. So, but no, Heather, thank you very much for checking in. Pam called a few minutes ago, and I put her on speaker as well. So, yeah, I'll catch up with you in a little bit here. I'll probably stay on for a few minutes, and I'll give you a call right away. Okay.
All right, great. Say hi to everybody.
Absolutely, Heather. Yeah, we'll see you soon, okay?
You bet.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. Bye-bye. Well, there we go. And more people joining in. Mr. Mark Anthony Craig, my dear friend and exhibitor in Manchester, 1999, coming up this September. Mark, just incredible small scale miniature dioramas of Moonbase Alpha. You've probably seen his work online, and it is just remarkable. The level of skill and intricacy and patience that it must take, my friend. I can't imagine. I have so much, I'm so envious of your talents. Thank you very much for everything. The last few weeks and months, and we're just so excited to have your work on display this September as well. And yeah, truly appreciate everything. We've got as well Mr. Paul Hibbets out there. Congratulations on the great start to the Kickstarter. From a fellow CBC viewer of Space 1999 from 1976. Paul, amazing. Thank you. And it's so funny because, of course, in Saskatchewan here, The CBC broadcasts of space, coast to coast, were a weekly go-to for sure. Like I dropped everything as a 5 and 6 year old. My sister Heather and Pam will confirm that I'd even temper tantrum if the show was preempted for any reason. What a strange and different world it was back then. No VCRs, you couldn't record it. So it's like you had to be there live or it wasn't happening for another week. And of course, the other thing, Paul, I mentioned last night on one of the live streams was that for some weird, quirky reason, the CBC aired Mark of Arcanon. I'm not sure if you remember this, but 4 weeks in a row consecutively for some reason. And it was just, as a viewer, it's just so darn frustrating. And we were all yelling and screaming at the TV when the same episode came on 3 consecutive times in a row. And just some weird quirk, but I remember it and recall it to this day quite clearly. So, yeah. And so thank you so much. Everybody's out there. Nancy saying hello. Mark's work is truly amazing. Yes, Nancy. Adrian's Warren, looks like you're getting the funding. Congrats. Get those Eagles flying. Absolutely. Like I said, we are going to the moon. And you know what? I was going to title this little live stream, "You Are Going to the Moon." And another little fun story. I'd forgotten about this, but it was author. Oh boy, he was on our virtual. He's a famous science fiction author, Robert Sawyer. Reminded me of this on one of our live streams. He came on and did an interview about all things Jerry Anderson. And Robert's from Canada as well. But there was a very famous book published back in the late 60s and early 70s called "You Will Go to the Moon." And I had it as a boy. And it was one of my favorite books, and it probably sparked and started this whole journey for me because I recall it. And then I had to do some research after Robert and I talked about this. He was saying he had the same book as a child, and that's what inspired him to go on to be an author. And I of course had to look up the cover on Google, and it's just like, yeah, wow, what an amazing memory. So You Will Go to the Moon. I couldn't even tell you who the author was, but very exciting and apt and appropriate, of course, today to be throwing back to that memory that so many of us had as a child. And of course, the other thing that we talked about with Dr. Kelly Fast from NASA last night was the whole NASA inspiration for everything to do with Space 1999, because we had just previously been to the moon. It was like real world science. And to look out 25 years to 1999 was very realistic, especially to a young mind. So again, it was all these things that sort of fell into place at the time for a lot of people around the world. And it's just so fortuitous to be here now with you all again, 50 years later. I just can't believe it. And it's just so exciting. Look at that. Adrian had that same book. Okay. You Will Go to the Moon. I loved it as a boy. Blew my mind. I looked it up online about a year ago. Yeah. Just amazing. Antonio's chiming in. Where can I watch this series here in Portugal? That, Antonio, I'm not too sure. I know for a fact, though, that you can stream all of the episodes in HD right on YouTube. There's a channel that's uploaded all 48 episodes on YouTube. I can't recall the name of it, but if you just type in a couple of searches, Space 1999, 48 episodes, HD, I'm sure the option will come up. So hopefully that helps. And thanks again. And we've got another comment from our friend Mark. Watch the video of yesterday's review of Mark of Arcanon. The guest you had mentioned how he'd seen repeats of Space 1999 in the UK. He was very lucky. I lived in Wales, where there were no repeats of the show, and they didn't even buy year 2, as ITV didn't, as well as didn't ITV region that covered the south of England. Oh, interesting, Mark. Okay. Huh. Yeah, really, really strange. And the UK and Canada were sort of similar because in Canada, as I mentioned, the CBC aired the series coast to coast nationally, and I thought they did something similar in the UK, um, but very dissimilar to how the show was presented in the US with the syndication to each individual station. So the time was all over the map. Each station was responsible for their own programming and scheduling. Yeah, no, very interesting to hear how people remember experiencing the show way back in 1975 and 76. So, Antonio, again, thanks for joining in. I'm sorry, Adrian, saying in the 1980s, my station ran Seed of Destruction as an Easter slot filler 2 years in a row. I loved it both times. Interesting. Okay, okay. Wow, Adrian. And we're being joined by our good friend Stuart Wilson. Brilliant news about the funding. Stuart, thank you so much for everything. You've been a staunch supporter all these years as well. Thank you for coming to London, and I hope you had a lovely time. I think, as everybody there can attest, Stuart, you've been on several of our broadcasts, and I just, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, dear friend, to Stuart. And um, Stuart's a big convention goer as well. I see your photo ops with a lot of famous people. I think that was, I can't think of her name, from Doctor Who in your little profile picture there. Um, Amy Pond, but I can't think of the actress's name. But yeah, Stuart, you do enjoy your time at those big expos as well. Lots of fun for sure. So, okay, well, listen, um, I'm just gonna do a one more quick refresh to see where we're at. I just still can't believe we're at 80%. And 82%. How about that? Boy, if I stuck on this long enough, I'm sure we'd go over the top. But I do have to run and do some work for a couple hours here today because I am planning on coming back to do the NASA live stream. I'm not sure how it'll work yet, but I'll just essentially drop these StreamYard links in the pages. We can all tune in, and I'll see if maybe I can have YouTube going in the background and share the screen in some way, some capacity. Hopefully, we won't get shadow banned or copyright striked, but we'll give it a whirl. First time for everything. So, and oh yeah, Karen Gillen, thanks Adrian, and Mark saying no, ITV was split into 15 regions. Each region aired the show if they bought it at different times on different days. Okay, Mark, interesting. Some regions didn't show it into up to 2 years after the other regions had. Wow. It really was the luck of the draw where you lived in the UK. That's amazing. Claudia's following up. I don't remember what station ran it in Butte, Montana. I do remember that we picked up a Canadian station. Oh, so you would have saw it on the old CBC, Claudia. Nice, nice. I've always wondered if there was a way to find out. Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm sure if you do enough digging on the old Google machine there, you'd be able to dig up that info, Claudia, for sure. But incredible, again, fascinating that you actually picked it up cross border on our CBC network. So anyway, okay, well, listen, I should run for a few hours here today, folks. Thank you so much again for everything. And I'm sure we'll all be watching for a number of reasons throughout the day. But I appreciate things immensely. And I will sign off for now. I'll give you a live long and prosper. I'll give you we're going to the moon. You will go to the moon. We all will today. And I'm just so thrilled and so excited. So have a good afternoon, everyone. And we'll catch you back here in a few hours for the Artemis 2 launch. Bye-bye for now.